There are three crises going on simultaneously. Yes. There is Russia, Ukraine, there is what is happening in West Asia, and there is the tension on the Taiwan Strait. That's right. So does America have the capability to handle three crises together? I would hesitate to reply in the affirmative, because despite the size of its economy and its formidable military capabilities, these are three regions which are fairly distant from each other. Sure. Three different theaters in a sense. Yes. And whether it has the capacity to sustain a possible confrontation in all three theaters is something that I don't think is possible anymore. I don't think Russia and Ukraine have gone off the radar. In fact, when I was in the US, the whole discussion was very much about how much longer they could afford to sustain the war effort. Right. Then, of course, the Middle East crisis happened, and clearly there the United States has taken a clear position, yes, which is that it needs to back Israel. But privately, there are concerns that Israel might have gone a little too far, because according to various reports, over 9,000 people have died in Gaza. And then the Sino-US relationship is still fraught with tension, despite what might happen in San Francisco. Whether that modus vivendi will hold is also a question. So I think the US is facing multiple challenges, and it has to deal with them just as it is entering an election cycle.
Exactly. So this three-front challenge is not easy to deal with for any country. I mean, leave alone Iran. So let me flip this question to the Chinese side. Xi Jinping obviously is facing some headwinds, some turbulence, as we see from reports. He sacked two ministers recently, supposedly his confidants. So is he willing to keep on this crisis going and sort of contribute to it, or take advantage of those crises when he himself is facing opposition, let's say, or some turbulence in the domestic issues?
Well, I think it's fair to say that the way they have acted on the crisis in the Middle East, the very measured statements they have made, the way they have come out in support of the Palestine cause, suggests that they see this as an opportunity to weaken the American position in the Middle East. They already began that process when they brokered the deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran, although it is, I think, unfair to give them the entire credit for it, but they provided the platform. Now, in the current situation where the US has taken a very clear pro-Israel position, the Chinese perhaps see this as yet another opportunity to make inroads geopolitically in that region. Geoeconomically, of course, they're already there. They have massive investments and they have massive energy deals. Right. So incrementally, I think this is going to strengthen the Chinese position. So far as Ukraine is concerned, the Chinese have taken a position there too. Yeah, and whether we wish to admit it or not, I think there is a bit of a stalemate in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which works to Russia's advantage, yes, and therefore to China's advantage. Yes. So I think overall, despite his domestic problems, and these are quite, they are not few in number, I would say that on the foreign policy front, perhaps after a few years, China is doing fairly okay.